No, these are American families. Okay, the wealthiest families in the world are based in America. Now, you see why they talk the way they talk. You know, sometimes when you don't have money, your tone can be different. You know, there are people here who look very humble until cash comes. So America, that's why they talk that way. You know, yeah. Whilst we are going around begging for $1 billion, and when World Bank gives us $1 billion, it's peanut. It's peanut. Now, move on. That's not what I have. I decided to come out with the black billionaires so that you won't see, because the first top rich men are all white. So you might think that that is it. That is not it. You see that on the black billionaires, it is not millionaires, so I'm talking about billionaires. Dangote of Nigeria, and this list includes, it's a global one. So he's topping all the blacks with a total net worth of $11.5 billion, followed by Mike Adenuga. But you see, Dangote is into cement and sugar business, right? Good. I will come to that. Then Mike Adenuga is into the telecom and oil industry. He is worth $6.1 billion, followed by Robert F. Smith, who is into private equity. He is worth $5.2 billion. Then you come to another cement and sugar businessman, Abdul Samad Rabiu, also, I'm sure from Nigeria. He is worth $4.8 billion. You come all the way down, you come to number 8 position, Oprah Winfrey is worth $2.6 billion, is into TV show. Then you come to Mark Jordan, okay, and he is worth all the way to the 10th position, and you find Tyler Perry worth $1 billion because of time. But now, let me tell you, I brought out this list. You see that in all these, you will never find, see, tell me any Malam that has made it to this list. No Malam. So those of you who are going to see the Malams to double your money, if they know how to double money, they should find themselves in this list. All those who are making the noise, even in the kingdom, they are not here. When you talk about financial dominion, please, it is not about Sakawa. And the youth must know, these people are doing genuine businesses, paying their tax all right, and they are still making it. What does it tell you? To create wealth, it's not about shouting. It's not about tongue talking. This is something you always hear me when I'm preaching. There's a reason. There's a reason. You see, a man with a desire seeks and intermeddles with all wisdom. If you don't desire to be wealthy, you will never become wealthy. And you don't become wealthy by any salaries. That's different. Salary of you and your family, that's all. You can't help anyone. We want people to say that they are taking up our branch at Dansoma, they want to put up an auditorium. And they don't have to worry anybody until we develop millionaires in our midst. We'll continue to struggle. But I trust that God will liberate us. Let's move to the next slide. All the people I've made mention of. Today you've heard, I'm at the pulpit, and I'm making mention of figures. Figures. The truth of the matter is that, according to Proverbs chapter 18, verse 16, a man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. It means that there is no room, but the gift creates a space for you. if we juxtapose the gift, this one, if we juxtapose this way and make it, the value of a man shall make room for him. You are unnecessary. You are irrelevant until you have what it takes to solve a problem. All the people that have made mention of their names, they are solving problems. They have brought solutions to the world. Your value is measured by your ability to solve problems and provide solutions. And your relevance in life is proportional to the kind of problems you solve. Until there is a problem, you are actually irrelevant or unnecessary. So problems and challenges are opportunities in disguise. Indeed, many times they represent or depict invitation for a reward. And for this one, I'm going to take you to a short episode that happened, so that you appreciate that in the kingdom, per God's own dictates, the principle of reward is applicable to those who solve problems. I believe that when David was told that Goliath has really resurfaced to terrorize the people of Israel, he didn't go to fight Goliath. He didn't risk his life because he loves the country, his nation called Israel. Indeed, when you read 1 Samuel chapter 17, maybe from verse 22 all the way, I will not take much of your time, but have time to read, the story of David and Goliath. You realize that when David got to the scene, the people around were discussing the subject matter which was on the table. And which was the subject matter? The subject matter is that the king has promised that whoever is going to conquer Goliath is going to get a reward. Great riches. Maybe you can exhibit that. Great riches. And not only that, he's going to be giving the king's daughter to marry. You think the king is foolish? He knows that if he marries the daughter, the wealth will not go out. It will be still be in the family. So he said, he is going to give you reward, riches, great. The Bible describes that as great riches. And also went further and said that he's going to, in addition to the riches and the marriage, is going to also make his relatives, his people, free from paying tax. Which means they're going to be able to make some money. But you see, his brothers queried him for being on the scene. Why? Because they didn't find it necessary for him to be there. But there's something very, very important. David heard what the people said, but he then asked them again. Wait a minute. Now, wait till they talk there. Now, they say, the king go give me this money, and go give me woman, and in addition, he go do this. So, you see, David tried as much as possible to hear it the second time, and it was repeated to him. When his brothers warned him to leave the scene, David turned again and told his brothers. In fact, he ignored his brothers and turned and rather asked the people around that, what did you say? Repeat and call. Say it again. Are you saying that there is a reward? Say yes, there's a reward. Great riches. Then he told the brothers that, why are you sacking me? Is there no cause? New King James. If you look at, I think, verse 29 or so, yes. He said, is there no cause? It means that his motivation was derived from the reward, because if he's able to conquer the Goliath, you will get some riches. So the people that I made mention of, the first top rich people, they have been able to conquer the Goliath of our world. If you develop a vaccine, you conquer the Goliath of our world today. Money will chase you. Money will locate you. So when we talk about financial dominion, anytime you exchange goods or services, by default you receive a reward. So if you are not solving anything, just stay where you are. Don't even bother to talk about financial dominion. When you talk about financial dominion, it means that you are ready to solve a problem. You are ready to bring about some solution. And you can see that Joseph also exhibited the same thing. Same thing. When I was young, I thought, that's why I said we have to revalidate some of these understanding that we used to have. I thought that Joseph as well. I thought that because he interpreted the dream, that's why he became the prime minister. But indeed, it is not so. When he interpreted a dream, he also provided a solution and added an action plan, an action grid, and said that there will be 7 years of farming, but before then there will be 7 years of what? Plenty. During that time, you have to create storage facilities. He did all that, and then according to the Bible, when Pharaoh heard it, when Pharaoh had the dream, but when he saw that the advice, the solution given by Joseph was good, he was happy. And all those around were also happy. And Joseph advised him, look for a wise man. So you see, anytime you solve a problem, your value changes. Your value changes. Even at your workplace, if you are not solving a problem, when it comes to redeployment, you will be redeployed.